If you think hotels are just places to sleep while you're traveling, think again. Around the world, there are hotels where guests have reported hearing footsteps in empty hallways, seeing people who suddenly disappear, waking up with someone standing beside their bed, and even checking out early because they were too scared to stay another night. The creepy part is that these stories don't come from just one person or two. They come from hundreds of guests, hotel employees, and paranormal investigators over many years. Today, we are looking at some of the world's most haunted hotels that have built terrifying reputations because of their experiences people claim to have inside them. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these stories are enough to make anyone think twice before booking a room. Let's start with one of the most haunted hotels in the world, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Even if you've never heard of its name before, you've probably seen what it inspired. This is the hotel that inspired Stephen King's famous novel, The Shining. In 1974, King and his wife spent one night at this hotel when it was almost completely empty because it was about to close for the winter. According to King, the quiet atmosphere and strange feeling inside the hotel gave him the idea for one of the most famous horror stories ever written. But what made the hotel famous wasn't just the book. Over the years, hundreds of guests have reported hearing children laughing in empty hallways, footsteps coming from vacant rooms, and piano music playing inside the ballroom when nobody was there. The most talked about room is room 217. Guests staying there have claimed their luggage moved on its own, lights switched on and off without explanation, and some even felt someone sitting on the edge of their bed while they were trying to sleep. Whether these stories are paranormal or simply the power of suggestion, Room 217 remains one of the most requested and feared hotel rooms in America. Next is the Langham Hotel in London, England, one of the oldest luxury hotels in the city. From the outside, it looks elegant and welcoming, but many people believe its hallways are haunted by several spirits. Guests and employees have reported seeing a man dressed in Victorian era clothing walking through corridors before suddenly disappearing. One of the most famous legends involves a German prince who is believed to have died by suicide inside the hotel before the First World War. Many guests claim they've seen a man matching his description standing silently in their room or at the end of a hallway before vanishing. Hotel staff have also spoken about hearing footsteps on empty floors, doors opening by themselves, and sudden cold spots that appear without any logical explanation. Even a few celebrities who stayed there have admitted they experienced things they couldn't explain, adding even more mystery to the hotel's reputation. Another hotel with an unusually long history of paranormal reports is Hotel Monte Vista in Flagstaff, Arizona. Unlike many haunted locations that are linked to just one ghost story, this hotel is said to have several. One of the strangest legends is about a former resident nicknamed the Meat Man, who is supposedly used to hang raw meat from the chandelier in his room. Years after his death, guests staying in that room reported waking up to the smell of fresh meat even though nothing was there. Other visitors have claimed to hear a baby crying somewhere inside the hotel, only to discover there were no children staying nearby. One of the hotel's most famous ghost stories involves a phantom bellboy who knocks on guests' door during the night. People open the door expecting hotel staff, but hallway is completely empty. These reports have been repeated so often over the years that many visitors actually request the haunted rooms, hoping they'll experience something themselves. If there's one hotel that fully embraces its haunted reputation, it's the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Today it's known as America's most haunted hotel, but its dark reputation comes from real events that happened inside the building. In the 1930s, a man named Norman Baker claimed he could cure cancer and turned part of the hotel into a fake hospital. His treatments had no medical basis, and many patients reportedly died there. Years later, strange reports began to surface. Guests have claimed to see nurses dressed in old uniforms walking through hallways, hear hospital equipment moving in empty rooms, and witness ghostly figures standing near old patient rooms before disappearing. One of the best known spirits is believed to be Michael, an Irish stonemason who worked on the hotel during its construction. Visitors have described seeing the same smiling man wearing old work clothes even when they had never heard the story before arriving at the hotel. Finally, we have the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta, Canada. Sitting among the Canadian Rockies, it looks more like a castle than a hotel. But according to local legends, it also has some permanent guests who never checked out. The most famous story is about a bride who is said to have fallen to her death on a staircase after her wedding dress caught fire. Since then, guests have reported seeing a woman in a white wedding gown walking through the ballroom or standing quietly on the staircase before disappearing. Another famous ghost is Sam the Bellman. Sam worked at the hotel for decades before he passed away in 1975. Since then, guests have claimed that an elderly bellman has helped them with their luggage or directed them to their rooms, only for hotel employees to explain that no one matching that description works there anymore. Some visitors even say elevators seem to stop on the correct floor by themselves after thanking Sam aloud. What's fascinating about these hotels is that their haunted reputations haven't scared people away. In fact, they've done the exact opposite. Thousands of travelers purposely book rooms at these hotels every year, hoping to experience something paranormal. Some leave without seeing anything unusual. Others leave convinced that they experienced something they simply can't explain. Whether these stories are caused by ghosts, old buildings making strange noises, or our minds reacting to unfamiliar places, one thing is certain. These hotels have become some of the most famous haunted locations on earth, and their stories continue to attract curious visitors from around the world. Now it's your turn. If someone offered to pay for one night at any of these hotels, would you actually stay there? Or would you walk away the moment you heard the first unexplained noise? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy real haunted places, paranormal mysteries, and creepy stories, don't forget to hit subscribe because there are plenty more chilling stories coming up.